What's up guys, it's your girl Just Sold Out. So I just checked the forecast and it's supposed to rain for the next 2 weeks, I think 11 out of the 14 days. I felt like this was a good time to go over what sneakers I like to wear on rainy days. Let's get started. First off, my go-to sneaker is definitely this Nike Ambush Air Max. It's officially dubbed the Ambush Nike Air Max 180. It has this very boot-like cut and I really like it because you just kind of slip your foot right into this sleeve, and this sleeve is really made to give the sneaker and the upper some more structure to it, and then you just zip it right up. It's also white and I feel like it just kind of like goes with everything, which is great because it's not raining every day. I live right now in Philadelphia and I mean for the next 2 weeks it's gonna rain a ton, I think because it's hurricane season, but other than that, I mean it doesn't rain too much and I don't really go out that much in the rain. Granted, I just turned from suburban life to city life, so maybe that'll change and these will get really beat. But in general, I really like this because when you wear it, it's really easy to just wipe away liquids, and in general, I feel like I don't have to worry too much about the sneaker because I know that I can just clean the soles if I need to, and the upper really just kind of takes care of itself. In addition, I have found that I do like to wear this boot cut silhouette more so than a low top because I mean it stops your ankles from getting wet, and usually if I have joggers or pants on, I can sometimes kind of slip it right into the shoe. Other times during the summer even, I mean it just looks really great with shorts. They stick out. I really like it. It was one of the reasons why I purchased it, and my husband actually purchased the same exact ones in his size, even though this is a woman's shoe. Second on my list, and this came out just so long ago, I feel like I've had this for years now, is this Nike Haraj boot cut silhouette. I mean, I don't even know what it's called anymore. I think it says that it's called the Air Haraj by Nike, but I bought this before, you know, the hologram trend was a thing, and these look really cool when you flash. You get that kind of reflective lighting and it looks so iridescent, but I like that it doesn't even look like that when the flash isn't on. You can just kind of tell that there's like a little bit of a sheen, think oil spill like. In general, I felt like this was the reason why I ended up purchasing that Ambush Air Max, because I really liked the boot cut. I felt like, you know, I had planned to get rid of these when I did get those, but I just couldn't let them go just yet. And I mean, I've really worn and torn them down a pretty good amount, but again, when water hits this, it's easy to just wipe away and I don't feel wet on the inside of the foot. This doesn't have a sleeve though. I think that's more of like a technological improvement that Nike has made over time, but this kind of just has like your typical kind of stick your foot right in and see how it goes. I know for a while Nike was doing all this like zip up instead of tying your shoes kind of thing, and I think this was kind of at the beginning of that era. These I like to wear half zipped up more so, just so you can kind of get a peek of that logo right there. But for some reason I found that when I did zip it up all the way, I just felt like it was kind of taking over my leg. So I always just kind of like added a little bit of room, and I feel like it just gives it some style. On top of that, these are a 7.5. They are slightly a little too big for me because over the years, I don't know if like my feet have gotten smaller or I have just chosen to go with a tighter fit for sneakers, but I'm definitely now like a very true to size 7 woman, especially in Nike. For men's, I go 5.5 or 6. It just kind of depends on what model we're talking about. These are definitely my second go-to. I mean, I don't really wear them as much anymore, but when I was going to music festivals, I loved to wear this just because it would be so dirty and dusty everywhere, and this is just so easy to kind of like walk around in and not care at all. Also, it helps that it is this darker color. The next sneaker is a low top. So this is the Nike Zoom Gravity, and it kind of has that climate-proof material. It is a low top though, so I feel like I wear these more so when I want to wear a skirt and it's raining, or a dress, just because sometimes the boots do look and feel too clunky. This is just kind of like a nice alternative. I bought this at the outlet for a stupid price. I think it was like $23. And then I was telling a friend about it and they were telling me that they got it for 35, 40 bucks. The one thing that I really liked about this was that it kind of has that pointed back. And I noticed that that's something that it seems like Nike has been pushing forward with a lot of their running models. Again, I just like these because low top kind of goes with different outfits. You just get different kind of feels with this. Again, very easy to just wipe away any kind of water. It's repellent. It's not entirely waterproof though. I did confirm that with a Nike employee as I was buying these in store. I will say that when I do wear these, my socks sometimes do get a little wet just because of the way the tongue is, and you know, water just seems to always get in no matter what you do. Pretty comfy fit, can wear them all day. So next up, we have the Nike Air Force One Sage. And this is like a full boot cut. I actually did an unboxing and review on this already on my channel. I'll be sure to drop that in the card up top. When I bought these, I was looking for something that I could definitely wear in the cold, kind of rainy days. Think not entirely snow, but still wet ground, slush even. And I found that this is really, really great because it's insulated on the inside, so it doesn't get too cold, unlike the Ambush and the Air Haraj's. So I found that the inside of this is a little bit more insulated, definitely more so than the Ambush or the Haraj's. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is kind of a different take. Also on top of it just being that Air Force One sole. I like that the Nike branding is very minimal on the side. You can barely even see it. And honestly, from afar, this does not look like something Nike made unless you know exactly what that Air Force One sole is. These go definitely with certain outfits and does not go with others. I found that I'm always kind of tucking my pants in when I wear them just because it looks weird when you put them on top, and like that's not something that I would do, especially if it's raining and you don't want to get wet. These have definitely held up really well. I've worn them in all sorts of weather, I think now. Rain, snow, sleet, hail even. I'll definitely say that this was a purchase that originally I thought maybe I paid too much for, just paid the retail price. But over time, I mean, I keep liking them more and more and more. So I feel like it was worth the purchase. Initially, I had a ton of concern about this belt and thought maybe I shouldn't keep it on. But I love the way that the sneaker looks. And even when you put pants in or whatever, it does usually stop right there where the buckle is. So I think the buckle just kind of makes your eyes look more so at the buckle rather than the weird lumpiness that kind of happens when you tuck your pants into a sneaker. So this actually released in a few different colorways. I believe there was a transparent model and a white model, but I did go ahead and get the black just because I was thinking of kind of like an army boot kind of style and just thought that if it was white, I knew that I was going to get destroyed in weather, so black just made sense. Transparent, I just couldn't do it. So the final sneaker I have is kind of like an odd one. It's the Jordan 11 Concord. I think these came out in 2018, I want to say. I think I picked them up at the beginning of 2019 just because Major DC had my size still in stock, so I was able to grab them a lot after they had released. I unfortunately don't have any Jordan 1 patent leather sneakers, so I can't really say too much about how well those hold up in rainy weather. So I gravitate towards these if it's drizzling, maybe I'm going out right after it rains. I just find that, I mean, I'm always aware of my sneakers and whatever is on feet where I'm stepping and walking, but I do feel like the bottoms of these, it has enough height to ensure that it's not gonna really mess up the upper, as well as I can kind of think about how my feet won't get too wet if the upper does kind of get a little bit of water in it. Not that it has though. I mean, I can't really name a time that I wore these and the upper had a ton of water. Those are my top 5 sneakers inspired by our future forecast later in the next 2 weeks. Please share what you guys wear in the rain. I'm always interested to see how different sneakers hold up and what other people choose to wear in the rain. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.